On behalf of the Visiting Writers Series, Inc., the Department of English, and the School of Culture and Society, it is my pleasure to welcome Ben Lerner to campus today. Ben Lerner received his BA and MFA at Brown University and now teaches in the MFA program at the University of Pittsburgh. He published Lichtenberg Figures in 2004 and in 2006 delivered Angle of Yaw, a finalist for the 2006 National Book Award that led Publishers Weekly to describe Lerner as one of the most promising young poets now writing. His latest book is forthcoming in 2010. Ben Lerner's work is fascinating because of its ability to straddle the territory between prose and poetry. At a glance, he's writing neat little passages about people and places. A closer look reveals an abstract likeness of a 21st century society that could have never been accomplished using mere prose. Lerner's style spills into the margins that exist around the rules of diction and syntax, and in doing so, offers new perspectives of the world we live in. Angle of Yaw refers to a plane's current path in relation to its intended direction of travel. Despite this most chilling allusion to September 11, Angle of Yaw is not about the tragedy per se. Instead, it is about society's reaction to it, and the ultimate futility of trying to get over it. In the capsules of prose poetry Lerner presents to the reader, he offers us illustrations of a society in disarray. His characters and subjects are shown through a cryptic lens, and are only tangible to us for the most fleeting of moments. We don't always know what is being written about, but we do know where Lerner is headed. In the words of our own Katie Rosemary, Lerner's poems are not descriptions of experiences, they are the experiences. Please join me in welcoming Ben Lerner.
Thank you for that very generous introduction and for having me and for making a cake. I feel like I've finally arrived. It will never happen again, I'm sure. I thought I'd read from all three of my books, the two that are published and the one that's forthcoming. I haven't read these Lichtenberg Figures for a long time, but I feel like I should vocalize them before we eat the organizing trope of the book. So these are a few of these sonnets. The dark collects our empties, empties our ashtrays. Did you mean this could go on forever in a good way? Up in the fragrant rafters, moths seek out a finer dust. Please feel free to cue or cut the lights. Along the order of magnitudes, a glyph, portable, narrow, damn, I've lost it, but its shadow, cast in the long run as the dark touches us up. Earlier, you asked if I would enter the data like a room. Well, either the sun has begun to burn its manuscripts or I'm an idiot with my 11 semi-precious rings. Real snow on the stage, fake blood on the snow. Could this go on forever in a good way? A brain left lace from age or lightning. The chicken is a little dry and or you've ruined my life. In my day, we knew how to drown plausibly, to renounce the body's 7 claims to buoyancy. In my day, our fragrances had agency. Our exhausted clocks complained so beautifully that cause began to shed its calories like sparks. With great ostentation, I began to bald. With great ostentation, I built a small door in my door for dogs. In my day, we were reasonable men. Even you women and children were reasonable men. And there was the promise of pleasure in every question we postponed. Like a blouse, the most elegant crimes were left undone. Now, I am the only one who knows the story of the baleful forms our valences assumed in winter light. My people, are you not horrified of how these verbs decline? Their great ostentation, their doors of different sizes. I invite you to think creatively about politics in the age of histamine. I invite you to think creatively about politics given men as they are, asthmatic, out of tune in time, out of bounds in practice. I invite you to run your mouth, to run your hands through my thin hair like a theme. I invite you to lean your head against my better judgment. Once, uncertainty ran through these sketches like a lab. Now, of my early work, a critic has said, it was open, so I let myself in. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's weather has been canceled. The Academy has condemned the blue tit. The poor are stealing the salt licks. Grenades luxuriate in the garden of decommissioned adjectives. It is the Sabbath. I must invite you to lay down your knowledge claims, to lay them down slowly and with great sadness. Given men as they are, women pack snow into jars for the summer ahead. Given men as they are, the trees surrender. I must drive many miles to deliver this punchline. I must drive many miles in the modern manner, which is suicide, beneath this corrigendum of a sky. Tonight, Orlando Duran went crazy. He smeared every doorknob, lock, and mirror in his apartment with spermicidal jelly. To expel air from the lungs suddenly is not to live beautifully in the modern manner. Rather, one must learn to drive in the widest sense of the word, a sense that seats four other senses comfortably. Tonight, Orlando Duran delivered himself in the modern manner, delivered himself like a punchline. Is this what he meant by negative liberty? By the sound of one hand clapping is a heartbeat? I did it for the children. I did it for the money. I did it for the depression of spirit and the cessation of hope. I did it because I could, because it was there. I'd do it again. Oops, I did it again. What have I done? What have I done to deserve this? What have I done with my keys, my youth? What am I going to do while you're at tennis camp? What are we going to do with the body? I don't do smack. I don't do toilets. I don't do well at school. I could do with a bath. Unto others I do injurious, praiseworthy, parroted acts. Let's just do Chinese, just do as I say, just do me. That does it, easy does it, that'll do. I've never been so scared of spilling water on a podium.